So, Brenda Biya, daughter of President Paul Biya, has urged Cameroonians not to vote for his 92-year-old father in the 12th of October presidential election in Cameroon. Yes, you heard me right. See, she says that she's also tired of the way the country is going. Well, maybe it's not exactly that, as she did not make the call because of the general happenings in Cameroon. So it came from her very, very personal troubles. But she generalized the situation and said what she is going through are some of the things that Cameroonians are also facing. So Brenda Biya has been expressing different issues on her different social media platforms about her life. And she decided to delve into politics this time. Of course, it's not the first time, but this time is very crucial because Cameroonians are preparing to go to the polls to elect a new leader. They are thinking whether they could be changed for the first time after 43 years of having a dictatorship in power, having a system that has been there and doesn't want to go. So her statements have been shaking Cameroon's political landscape since the last few hours. A lot of people reacting. So she made a statement in a now deleted TikTok video. But as usual, the video has already gone viral before it was deleted. And she said it in the video herself that it was going to be deleted. Why is this information important now? Many people are asking. For more than 43 years, like I said, President Paul Biya has ruled Cameroon with iron grip. Generations have been born, grown old and died knowing only one president. He is the second longest serving leader in the world today, and his rule has come to symbolize stagnation, corruption, and unfulfilled promises. A lot of Cameroonians are not happy. There are crises in the country, conflict left, right, center, from north, south, east, and west, unemployment, young people fleeing the country for better lives, just because things are not going well in Cameroon, according to a lot of people that we have been speaking to. So in this video by Brenda Biya, she said that she is no longer considering herself as part of the presidential family. This is the first daughter talking. So Brenda declared that she will reject any financial support from her parents, and she went further to say that, or accuse even her uncle, who is Samuel Mvondo Ayolo. He is the director of the civil cabinet. So you see, it's not almost a family thing. So family members ruling the country at all levels, you know. So she is accusing her own uncle, who is the director of civil cabinet, of wishing her death by overdose. And she ended with an apology to Cameroonians, saying that she was sorry for the pain that her father's rule has caused many Cameroonians. So for many years now, Brenda Biya has used Instagram, Threads, and also TikTok to express her struggles with depression, some of the things that he's going through with loneliness, and the family conflicts that she's also been facing. So she has openly clashed with her mother. We've also seen that, described herself as she's feeling so abandoned, and shared controversial views in the past, and she's continued to do that. In 2023, she made headlines when she defended LGBTQ plus rights, directly contradicting her father's government, which actually in Cameroon, same-sex relationships, marriage, actually criminalized in Cameroon, but she openly went against it to defend those the people in the community, LGBTQ and gay couples in Cameroon. So many dismissed her at the time as a troubled young woman seeking attention. But this latest statement, you know, is different. So a lot of people came out as well to defend her, but it's just that this time around the timing is a bit sensitive, given that we are just few weeks to the presidential election. Is going to be taking place on the 12th of October 2025. And so it's a very, very decisive moment for Cameroonians. So Brenda's words confirm what many Cameroonians have whispered for so many years, that behind the walls of A2D is actually like the Unity, it's called the Unity Palace in Cameroon, but in France is Palais Élysée, in the US is the White House. So behind the walls of A2D Palace lies a family deeply divided, with so many dark secrets, a lot of things happening. So she has spoken of neglect and abuse, saying that she has often felt like an outsider in her own home, and she accused members of the family of wishing her harm, and she has repeatedly hinted at the toxic atmosphere within the presidential household. And the recent post that has actually gone viral on social media, indicated that she was physically abused by her mates with complicity of her parents, that her parents never did anything about it, and that's how she grew up, not feeling loved, not feeling really happy. So by going public, Brenda Biya has taken what was a private family pain and turned it into a national debate, which is something that everybody and myself we are talking about. So the reaction has been so varied across different social media platforms. Cameroonians are praising Brenda Biya's courage and are more relieved that someone within the walls of the Unity Palace of Etudi has finally stood up to the barons of Yaoundé, which is the capital city of Cameroon. And even if it is the president's daughter, she's actually speaking up, So one citizen wrote on his social media platform and said that what Biya's circle of ministers refused to tell Cameroonians has been spoken by his own daughter, who is Brenda Biya. History will remember you. So they are referring to Brenda Biya. Another said that in reality, all Cameroonians know they should not vote for him. Unfortunately, some may stay at home on the 12th of October and blame the opposition. The timing of Brenda's video is very critical. And one striking comment actually reads that she has more courage than all the generals in Cameroon combined, the military generals. And others, however, are very skeptical about this outing of Brenda Biya. Some are wondering if Brenda Biya is sincere or if her statement is simply another outburst of frustration that will soon be forgotten. So, but it's very, very symbolic. We cannot ignore the level of symbolism of what Brenda Biya has just said and done. The daughter of the President of the Republic of Cameroon has simply just joined the chorus of those calling for change in Cameroon. President Paul Biya, like I said, he's ruled the country since 1982. He came to power promising unity, development, democracy, promising a lot of things. But 4 decades later, the reality is a total contradiction of what he promised. The country is on its knees. There's corruption that has drained the entire economy, draining the public resources. Youth unemployment is among the highest in Africa. Armed conflict raging in the far north region and in the Anglophone regions of Cameroon. And healthcare system, education also remain underfunded and highly neglected. And many Cameroonians survive with less than $2 per day. There are others that are living lavishly, but the rich just keep getting richer, and the poor masses keep getting poorer. No future for the young people who are graduating from state universities or even from private institutions. So for years, opposition figures in Cameroon, as well as activists and journalists, have denounced the system that is in place, but the regime has survived through repression, manipulation, and fear, intimidation, arrest, detention, and even killing of some of these activists, including journalists, my own colleagues. Now, Brenda Biya's voice adds a new dimension to the whole thing. It is not the voice of an opponent, but that of someone who grew up at the very heart of power, decision-making in Cameroon, and now she's speaking up. On the 12th of October, Cameroonians would once again be going to the polls, but many are fearing that the same old story would repeat itself, like with low voter turnout, allegations of fraud, and the regime clinging to power, because it would certainly, we never know, emerge. Brenda's message might be dismissed or even ignored by the people in the corridors of power, but the question is whether Cameroonians will ignore her cause, which echoes the deepest wishes that change should actually happen in Cameroon. Whatever the case, Brenda cannot be the reason or instigator of change in Cameroon. Change will only come from Cameroonians themselves, because they've been feeling the pinch of the disappointment, the things that they are not seeing going well in the country. They've been the one at the forefront of some of the failures of the government that is in place. So if people stay at home, the Biya regime will survive yet another election, yet another term. That means 7 years again in office. And by the time the term of President Paul Biya ends, he would have stayed in office for 50 years and even more. and he will be nearly 100 years. So if citizens mobilize, the tides might turn, who knows? And that might put an end to the over 40 years of Biya's reign in power. So civil society groups, Catholic bishops, and even opposition party leaders have all demanded a political transition in Cameroon. Now, with Brenda Biya's unexpected declaration, the pressure on the regime has become even very higher. For many Cameroonians, this election is a very decisive one where they choose whether the nation should continue to go down that path of stagnation, or they will seize the chance to write a new chapter in the country's history. So Brenda Biya's words are strong as they call for something that Cameroon yearns for, and they are only words. What matters now is action. The call has been met. The truth has been spoken. It is now up to Cameroonians to decide whether President Paul Biya's 43 rule is going to end with a whimper or the roar of millions of Cameroonians demanding change. So people should be able to see that change through the ballot box. King Nasty, that's how she called herself. He don't talk, whether we like him or not, she will be remembered for at least taking a stand at a very crucial moment in the history of Cameroon. People will remember her. We want to know what you think about this particular topic. I feel, because we already saw the gimmicks or the plans of the members of the government trying to say, oh, the video is fake, it's not realistic, it's not. But usually when opposition party leaders and even journalists like myself are accused of working with the government never comes out to say it's fake. So this particular one, because it touches them so much and affects them, they are coming out so quickly to say that the video is fake. But we have carried out a lot of verifications from our end because we took time before doing this particular video to be sure that everything is true. That video is 100% true. Brenda, even at the end of the video, noted that she is not going to delete the video even if she's threatened to delete it. The video is 100% true and is correct. It's not fake. She has clearly said that she would prefer that an opposition leader be voted than her father. So if she is saying that, this is the daughter, the first daughter of Cameroon, denying even her father leading the country. What about you who's watching from back home? The decision is in your hands. So decide on the 12th of October whether you sit back and see the country continue in the hands of someone who has been there for more than 40 years with all the challenges that Cameroonians are going through, or you decide to say, oh, it's time for that change to happen. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.